So what made you decide to partner with Eazi-Business?
Well, I was looking around at different businesses. I knew I wanted to go and do something for myself from my employed job, and I was looking at digital marketing in particular because I realised that if I wanted to start multiple businesses, that if I nailed the marketing, then I could do anything in the future. Yeah. Looked at Eazi-Business. I think I signed up to Franchise Local or something like that, got the email and looked at it and thought, okay, it looks pretty together. But I particularly like the ethos of focusing on sort of smaller businesses. I think from my background being employed, working with outsourced marketing agencies, there was always a focus on the high ticket clients, and actually I think some of the little guys were being left behind. Yeah. So I really liked that ethos, and I thought that was really important, and it just tied in with what I wanted to do. So yeah, and then having made first contact, the sales chap, I can't remember his name, but was really on it, gave me all the information, had the answers to all the questions, and so it kind of made it quite easy, to be honest.
So how was your onboarding process with Eazi-Business?
Yeah, really good, really sort of slick. And actually slick was a word I remember using quite a few times sort of in that process. So from the sort of initial calls with the sales chap, again forgotten his name, and then going through the training and sort of signing up and answering the questions. I spoke to a couple of different partners to understand their experience and how that was working. And then signing up, going through the training, which was with you, which was great, really informative. Gave a really good foundational knowledge of the platforms, and obviously there was still a lot to learn. You can't teach all that in a few days. But then I was partnered up with an experienced partner to then learn a little bit more and gain from his experience as well, which was really helpful.
So which Eazi-Business products or services have been most valuable to you?
So I think the website platform is really good. It's really user friendly. Coupled with the support team, there's a regular sort of back and forth, particularly in the early days. But the apps was the big seller for me from the initial inquiry, really. Being able to offer something that when you look around, a lot of businesses aren't offering. A lot of people in the digital marketing space don't really touch apps. And the platform that we're now using, it's been upgraded since I had signed, is really good. Quite easy to use, I'm going to say quite, but also it's open to lots of extra functionality, and it means that kind of the sky's the limit, really, which is great.
Could you share a success story with the partnership?
Yeah, well, I think the success story is generally just how far I've come in business. Okay. I'm proud of a lot of my projects, but I think just sort of getting to the point where it's self-sufficient, I'm getting inquiries, and proud of some of the work that I have done. I've got one app in particular for a cafe that I am quite proud of, and I want to sort of get to the point where I am repurposing that and selling it on as well to other cafes. So yeah.
So how has Eazi-Business helped you grow and adapt?
Eazi-Business has just been there the whole way through, as I said earlier, from the training with yourself, and then being partnered with an experienced partner. But the support team are there, it's not, you don't have to wait days for a response. Within a couple of hours you've got a response. Okay, it might be sometimes that they need to look into things a little bit more, but they're always there. So it's kind of being part of a community. You can bounce ideas around, you can speak to other partners and understand what they've done and what works. And you've also got events like this, which is great. So yeah, Eazi-Business have been absolutely central to the success so far.
So what advice would you give to businesses thinking about partnering with Eazi-Business?
I think it's important to look around, make sure that your values align. I remember speaking to Zach quite early on, and kind of a lot of the reasons why he got into business were aligning with what I wanted. And so, yeah, do your homework, make sure it fits, and then if you do go on board, then make sure you use everything that's around you. There's a lot of a wealth of experience in the partners around and in the support team, so use it and don't sort of disappear quietly and let it not work for you.
So how would you describe your partnership with Eazi-Business in 3 words?
So the three words that I would describe the partnership. First one, support. I think it's second to none, and I would tell anyone that all day long. The second is innovation, constantly looking at new platforms, ways to develop what's already there, and that information is shared readily, which is really, really important. And the third is community. So yeah, being part of something when you're out in business on your own, it can be a lonely place. Knowing that you can be in touch with people, pick up the phone, whatever that is really, really important.
Good choices.